Welcome back to Wallet Monkey. So today we're going to be talking about the Capital One Venture X card. This is a premier level card, an expert level card if you will, and so let's get into it. Now the card we're talking about today is most certainly not for beginners. You are looking at, again, an expert level card, and this does have a much higher annual fee than your typical rewards card, but we're going to showcase why that's worth it and how that compares to some of the other cards on the market. If you travel frequently, both for work or pleasure, this card's going to really benefit you in some very big ways, just outside of the rewards that you're earning, but also in the access that you have to lounges, those premier level lounges that you find all across both the United States and abroad. They'll also include access to Visa Concierge, because this is a Visa Infinite card, meaning you're going to have a 24/7 concierge service. You're going to have access to all Visa's lounges as well as Capital One's lounges. They have 4 lounges currently, one in Dallas, Fort Worth, one in Colorado, one in Washington, D.C., and one in Las Vegas. They plan on adding one additional lounge this year, but outside of the lounges, you're going to get a lot of benefits regarding those miles. That's the big reason you want a card like this. There is ample amount of cards on the market that don't have an annual fee or a very minimal annual fee that are going to give you cash back, but if you're traveling, this card's going to be amazing. What I do want to mention about this card is that you should have at least $5,000 in annual spend on this card in order for it to be worth it. One of the reasons behind that is it does have a $395 annual fee. That amount might sound steep, but the big thing I want to note about that is that this annual fee is offset by the rewards you'd get if you are spending at least $5,000 a year. To start, you're going to get a $300 travel credit every single year. That $300 travel credit is going to offset the $395 annual fee if you have just a minimal amount of spending, or if you travel a significant amount for work or leisure, you're going to end up taking advantage of a lot of the other perks that this card has. I want to really talk about the benefits that you could get from having this card versus, say, the other cards. So if you were to take a look at, say, this card versus the more comparable Chase Sapphire or Amex Platinum, those cards have a higher annual fee than this one, but similar rewards. The American Express Platinum card, that card is probably the creme de la creme when it comes to travel cards if you're spending at least $20,000 in annual spend, but you're also looking at a $695 annual fee. Likewise, if you were to go to another card that's very comparable, the Chase Sapphire card, your annual fee is $550 versus the $395. Again, that $395, however, is offset by the $300 travel credit you're going to get, and so a very minimal amount of spend actually has to occur for you to break even. So let's talk about some of those Visa perks. The Visa Infinite perks are on every Visa Infinite card, so not just the Capital One Venture X card, but they are big perks. Those Visa perks do include luxury hotel upgrades, late checkouts. You can also have a rental car insurance added on there just by using your Visa Infinite perks, the extended warranty on all of your purchases for technology, and then you do get trip cancellation insurance, meaning you're going to get reimbursed for every single trip that you do have. Now, outside of the Visa Infinite perks that you get, the Capital One card in itself is pretty amazing. You do have to book your travel through Capital One, but if you book your travel through the Capital One portal, you're going to have a 10 times reward benefit on every single dollar spent towards hotel or rental cars. Likewise, you'll have a 5 times benefit on every single dollar spent through their portal on flights. And then lastly, every other purchase will be a 2-to-1. So every dollar you spend, you're going to get 2 miles towards that card. Again, this is for travelers. So if you plan on traveling abroad, one of the big benefits that you're going to find to this card is you're going to find that you don't have a foreign transaction fee. That foreign transaction fee is 3%. That's a big transaction fee on every single purchase you'd typically make overseas. Instead, however, Capital One is going to take care of that cost for you, and that in itself is a very big perk. Some of the drawbacks to this card, however, are going to be that you do need to book your travel through that Capital One portal. If you don't book it through the Capital One portal, you're not going to get the same benefit, and instead you're going to get those 2 times on the miles versus the, say, 5 times on travel or 10 times on your hotel or rental. Other drawbacks that I can see on this card is since you do have to go through that portal, you may be missing out on some loyalty rewards. So if you frequently stay at the same hotels or fly through the same exact airline, you're going to be missing out on those loyalty benefits that usually would get you some upgrades. I also want to point out that one big change to this card is right now they have up to 4 free users to access those lounges. So if you're not the primary card holder, you could bring 4 additional people. Now that's going to be changing to where every single user that wants to access those lounges outside of the primary holder would have to pay a $125 annual fee. So who is this card really good for? If you are traveling frequently to Denver, to Las Vegas, Washington, D.C., or Dallas-Fort Worth, just the lounge access alone is very nice. And since the spend amount only has to be that $5,000, I think it's well worth it to invest in this card just to have access to those lounges. Additionally, again, if you are traveling abroad, I think the 3% transaction fee being waived is a huge, huge benefit to all of your foreign purchases. And then I really do believe that as far as an entry-level card goes into a premier rewards card, this is it. If you were to look at, say, the Amex card or the Chase Sapphire, their rewards are amazing. There is no doubt about it, but their entry point is just so much higher than where this card starts. This is a great first step into a rewards card for you. So to recap, this is an amazing card. It truly is one of the best cards. It's very accessible for just about anybody. $5,000 in annual spend is not hard to surpass. The card is already very beneficial for those who travel frequently for work, or if they are traveling frequently for pleasure. The card, again, is going to give you access to numerous lounges all across the country and internationally. It's going to give you a lot of benefits for it being a Visa Infinite card. And then those reward points that you get on this card versus most other rewards card are going to be substantial. Who this card is not good for is, again, if you're just starting out with credit and you're looking at a beginner card, I would steer clear of this card because of the annual fee, and I want to make sure that you are, again, paying that off every single month. Additionally, this is going to have a higher interest rate than most normal cards, and the reason for that higher interest rate is those rewards. So thank you so much. I appreciate your time. If this was helpful to you, please let us know. And likewise, if you want us to do a series on additional cards to take a look at, I'm more than happy to help.